Radio. We are back. We are back, man. Yeah. Hold on. Goddamn technical shit. All right. We are back, motherfuckers, man. Die4 Radio. Man, I hate when this shit be glitching and shit, man. Drives me off the wall, man. Drives me crazy, man. But we back, you know what I'm saying? We just dropped you some motherfucking off in the eye, some Binky Mack stuff he produced. Like I said, man, all y'all listeners, man, if you don't know who he is, like I said, you young motherfuckers, Google him. Google, just type in Binky Mack, all right? M-A-C-K, not M-A-C. There might be some fake guy calling himself that. Who the fuck knows these days? You know what I mean? But B-I-N-K-Y-M-A-C-K, and you'll know it's just look these credentials, man. Off top, motherfuckers. But yeah, speaking of the man, we got the man of the day on the Die4 Radio, Binky Mack. What's up, homie?
Die4 Radio. What's up, man? What's going down with you, man? Man, it's been a minute, dog. It's been a minute, man.
I'm just hanging on a branch of the tree, homie.
That's right, man. Yeah, I don't even that's why I say we was talking about, we've been trying to do this interview for a minute now, and I hadn't done none, and I actually, not that I just passed them up because we passed them up, but I'm like, Die4 Radio, that's family. So I gotta do that. So period. But yeah, man, it feels good. It's a beautiful day out in Cali. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
What's good with you, man? What's good with you?
Very beautiful. It's hot, but it's gorgeous outside.
Man, it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. Man, I heard you playing that I ain't heard that in a minute. That taking good care of this. It's just like a terrorist. This nigga Booka Poe killed that first too. He killed that first.
We were playing like I said, we were throwing everything in there today. We're gonna play after the interview. We're gonna play all the shit you produce, all the shit you've been on, all your single stuff. You got 3 new tracks. We're gonna get into those. It's just gonna, so people could get an idea of who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, most definitely, man. And like I said, that was one of my favorite tracks off of the Larger Than Life album. That's the first song to come on, but that song, that's a cold when you don't even know if the world heard that song totally. You know what I mean? And that song was so dope. I was like, when you played it, I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. But yeah, man,
a lot of people slept on that album. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna re-release that one too.
Before we get into all this stuff.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah. I said no. We're gonna re-release that. I'm releasing all the older stuff and putting it online because it ain't been online. So we're gonna upload that one too. We're gonna get that one going. Larger Than Life album and add a couple of new songs on that.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, just for a brief moment, because I know the people that have been rocking with us for a long time, they know who you are. You've been on the show before, but we got young people. We got a lot of people overseas as well.
Yeah.
Just give them a quick brief down of who Binky Mack is and how he got to get his quick start in the rap game. Just real brief. You don't have to make it a long paragraph.
Yeah.
You
No. It's just it was we started in the very beginning. I was in a group with Mac 10. There was about 6 or 7 other artists in the group at the time. Mac ended up going solo, and that's when he hooked up with Shorty from the Lynch Mob, rest in peace, who hooked him up with DJ Pooh, and Pooh hooked him up with Ice Cube or whatever the case. So he ended up getting his deal, came back and got All From The Eye, which was me and Squeak. We had formed a group at the time called All From The Eye. He came back and looked out, and next thing you know, took us to Priority Records, and then we was doing music, and then I started producing for the group, All From The Eye, and then I ended up doing music for Scarface, Mac 10, C Murder, Snoop Dogg, Westside Connection, Dub C. So, and that was it. Next thing you know, we put out this first album, and supposed to put it out in '96. We ended up dropping it in '98, the All From The Eye self-titled album, and we just re-released that about a month ago. It's online right now for the first time. So, yeah, that's it, man. And just from there, I had ended up doing some music for Love and Hip Hop. I did something for that. What's the Ice-T show to come on, man? I don't even watch TV, but the Ice-T, the series where he a detective, I did something for Law and Order. I heard of it. I haven't seen it myself, so. Yeah, I don't watch too much TV, but yeah, music, this place and that. I've been doing little music placement and stuff like that lately. So yeah, it's all good. Yes, sir. And that's how we arrived here. All from the eye.
That's right. I was like, it's, so yeah, you have to say, youngsters, when this interview is done, go Google his name and go and follow him on all the social stuff. Go and support him. Buy the music, man, because it's real fucking dope. I mean, I'm not saying this shit because I have him on as a guest on my show. I don't hold jock like that. You know what I mean? So just do it. Believe me. You will thank me later. Believe me. Now, the funny thing is that album has never been online. It's never been on iTunes or
never
or any of the streaming services out ever.
Never. Not for that was the first time. It was up online digitally. Yeah. So we put it out, and then we added 3 new songs to it. One was a remix with the Short Chop in 211, which is dope. That's one of my favorites. And yeah. So it's got 3 new songs on there, and that's the first time it's been up. Mhm. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Yes, sir. Man, what's with this?
What else you got working on that people should be expecting in the future?
I'm working on the Burgundy album right now. You know, it's funny. The other day, man, my computer with the album in there, it went down, and I took it to Apple, and I was trying to find out what was wrong, and they said, well, you just need a motherboard, so it won't affect nothing. And I said, cool. I was like, because I'm ready. I'm like, if I got to start working on another project towards it, and not the original one, but thank God we got the original. So I'm going to be putting that out really soon. I got the single out, Mystique. And it's just really like a artistic type of project. Something I was doing where you don't have to answer to no record labels, or you don't have to have a deadline or something like that. You know what I mean? So it was about getting in there really and being creative. It reminds me, honestly, when I was working on music for Ice Cube's War album. Because when I was going in the studio, I was in the mode, and I wasn't thinking about what nobody liked. I was just thinking about coming up with crazy sounds and doing all of that, and that's what it reminds me of, those days working on music like that. So that's what I did, and the album's almost it's 90% done, 95% done. So it's just about once I get the computer back up and booted, which I'm going to do this weekend, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the music together to upload. So yeah. That's what I'm working on, and then we, my son, man, Just Beats, you know, his whole gang, Potluck, they really doing it, and his artist that he works with, Hundo just dropped This Is Not the Album. They just dropped it on iTunes last night. Man, he's getting crazy reviews already on it. It's phenomenal. So I mixed that whole album for them. So I work for them for free. So yeah, I work for free for them, but man, I'm not even playing that album. Hundo's album, This Is Not the Album, is phenomenal. So that's what I'm working on. And then Squeak, we got a record there now. I almost have a full record. We just got to go through and pick what we want, what we don't, and then start mixing. Yeah. So we got a new record and everything. So yeah, that's what we're working on lately, man. That's what I'm doing. And I'm working side by side with Potluck too, with them as far as behind the scenes, and then handling a lot of the sound of the music, of the mix from a mixing standpoint and stuff like that.
That's dope, man. That's dope. And I like the fact that you got your son, you know, and involved in this, and he's like really invested in it, and I love that shit. That's
he's good looking.
You know, that's not like, you know, you got a lot of people that could just pop the computer, get the program, and just go in the closet and start rapping and start producing, and he think it's dope. And they just do it because that's the thing to do. But I could tell it. Yeah. You could tell why he's really invested in it, and that's what's up. I like that. I love seeing that. You know what I mean? That's dope.
Man, there's work ethic. The work ethic is crazy, and already on his own, he got a placement with French Montana's new artist that's coming out, Rail. I believe his name is Rail. And then he's got one with a guy, I forget his name, but he was on J. Cole's album that just dropped. So they got a song on him as well. So he grinded, man. He grinded. So like I said, his work ethic remind me of how I used to just be in there. He not only is in their home studio, he's in West Hollywood studios and working. You know what I'm saying? Different studios. So he's staying busy. Oh yeah,
that's dope, man. So I wish him nothing but the best. You know, get that, man, get that.
That's right. Get your paper. Yes, sir, man. And Die4, y'all still doing it, huh? Die4 Radio is still doing it big, huh?
Hey, man, like I tell people, you know, Dyer Lansky lost interest in doing it because he started getting more busy with the music, and Hey, like, you know, I just put it like this, and everybody knows this shit. He dropped the ball, I picked it up, and I ain't giving it back, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
it's all good.
So
Yeah,
I had to keep the
good.
legacy going, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, that's good stuff. That's good. And what's a trip is the that album, the album that I'm looking forward to, that we ain't started yet, but he did send me beats about a month ago, is the album that I'm going to do with him. Now, I'm not even really rapping. I ain't rapping really no more. I haven't, you know, thoughts in my head or whatever, but the only album I'm really looking forward to, really, as far as me rapping on, is the record that I got that me and him going to end up doing, which might be an EP, it might be a full album. But I'm looking forward to that. And we just got to get together and get the timeline going. We keep missing each other, but we're going to get it done.
Hey, that's right. Like I said, hey, for all you motherfuckers, there's an album, there's like an EP that Binky Mack and Die4 put out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's available
and then
for
we
free.
got songs together. We got dope songs together too. These songs we did together was phenomenal. The Breaking Bad. Man, we got some dope songs together.
I forgot about that. I forgot to upload that. I forgot about the Breaking Bad.
Man,
that was
a killer. And then the last one, man, I don't know. I
that shit at the bar in Riverside.
Yeah.
That was
and
shit.
what was that? Orange County, Riverside, or something? Somewhere we was at. Yeah. Yeah. We rocked that.
That was crazy.
Yeah. We got some other ones too, though. But the one that was on his album before last, I think. I forget the name of that guy. But yeah, we got songs together. So we gonna drop some new stuff too. Oh yeah.
Yes. Now, you know, like, I know you a bit, you know what I mean? We have hung out, you know what I mean? We interact on the internet and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But before all that ever happened, you know, like I say, I was always a fan of your production. I always felt that it was, to me, when you think of the Westside Connection and you think about the early ones, the beginning times and that sound, I just go to beat you. I think every time, even though they had other producers like Butter and other people, I always think that sound is something that I felt when you think of Westside, I always think of the Binky Mack sound, because Bow Down. Yeah. My favorite song on Bow Down is the one that you produced, which is All the Critics in the NYC. That is my fucking favorite song from the first time I heard it. That one and The King of the Hill. Those are my two favorite songs off that album. But
that album's such a favorite. That album, man.
That song, I played it over and over and over and over again. So my friend, he was drunk. He got the tape and smashed it because I kept playing it over and over again.
Yeah.
But I love that shit.
That album was dope, man. That album was dope, man. Listen, but 3 people had that album at the very first time, because Mac 10, I ended up having his copy. So it was to a point where, because I always kept my boombox with me when we went out of town, New York or whatever. So me, Dub C, and Cube, at a moment, we was the only ones with the record. Nobody else had it. Those were the master copies. And the Mac had gave me his. So, man, before the album even dropped, we like playing it. I wore that album out. That album, you know what's the trip? Westside Connection is some people's top 5 groups, like, of all time. Like, they'll say NWA, which is Cube too, but they'll say Westside Connection as well. Like, some of the newer people that maybe don't, that don't go way, way back, but they'll be like, I've heard people say before, that is my number 1 group, Westside Connection. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that album was fire.
You know, when you say that you guys were the only one with that copy of that song, who's the one that sent it to the Source magazine? Because I remember this was months before the Source. I mean, before that album actually got released, because it came out right after Pac passed. But I remember, I think it was in April or May. They put that song, because they always have a section on the Source magazine. It's called Fat Tape, where they have or there's a Fat Tape or the hottest song of the one of those. But they put that song on there. They called it New York Critics. Yeah. I tripped. I was like, when can I hear this shit? I was like, how the fuck does Source have it? But we didn't get to hear it until the album came out months later.
Yeah, exactly. I remember Shaquille O'Neal was asking Ice Cube, who did that beat? And that was dope. But yeah, man. And I think the source was the Trippers. They gave that album, was it 4.5 mics? I think
4.5.
Like, I think it was 4.5. Yeah, it was 4.5. It was 4.5.
It was 4.5.
And I was like,
it was 4.5. Because I remember that cover.
Yeah, 4.5.
And I remember
that
article.
It was 5. They did not want to give it 5 mics. I'm like, come on, New York, bring y'all something else. I know that was 5 mics. That was 5.5 mics. So whatever. Man.
Yeah, because you could play that whole album all the way through without skipping it.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Oh yeah. The whole record, man. But shout out to Butter too, man. Butter came from Philly, man. Started working with Started working with I think it was Philly. Yeah, I believe it was Philly. Came and started working with Dr. Dre and them, and then he started kind of going off doing his own thing. So I don't know, a lot of people don't know it, but he was still signed to Dr. Dre when he worked on that album. So Dr. Dre he owned some of that record as far as the producer on there, which was Butter at the time. Yeah.
Because I seen Dr. Dre with the Westside Connection shirt when that album came out. I think it was an interview on MTV in 1996, so he might have.
Oh. Yeah. A lot of people don't even know that. That's funny, but yeah, he was signed to Dre at the time, and he did a lot of the production on there, man. Shout out to Butter, because that's my guy right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Shay, you, like I say, you produce for a lot. You did multi-million-dollar selling soundtracks. The No Limit, I Got the Hookup, the Cash Money, the Baller Blocking.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack that I trip on, the fact that your song, the Allfrumtha I song, ended up on the RZA's soundtrack, The Protector, which is crazy because but people go and look this up, and it's like, it's not rap. There's no rap songs. The only rap song on that soundtrack is your guys' stuff.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did you get on the RZA shit?
I'm gonna tell you, the album Larger Than Life. A lot of people don't know. We had like 3 songs on that album placed on different television type of things. 3 songs on there. It might have been 4. But I know for sure it was 3 because Harold and Kumar. I had a song on there. That solo song I had on there was in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so that was off that same album. So we had about 4 placements on television with that album. So I was like, man, but to get in the Protector, I had my guy is a sound supervisor, and he actually had gotten that placed in that soundtrack. They was like it was a perfect fit for what they was doing, and so he got it placed in there, man, and that was some good stuff. So that's how we ended up getting that song on the Protector when it came out. Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, that soundtrack is not really rap. You know what I'm saying? This is some other shit.
Oh yeah, no. Right.
Yeah. So a lot of people go look that up, dude. The song is dope as fuck.
Oh yeah, and I think if I ain't mistaken, my cousin Don Doe might have did that beat to that one that was in Protector. I think he might have did that, and I co-produced it. I think. Yeah, Don Doe produced that, but yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Hell yeah. So everybody, man, like I said, this guy is no joke. Look him up, man. Follow. Okay, I want to get back to when you dropped your first album, the first Allfrumtha I album under Priority. Mm-hmm. Okay, that time passed. You was signed to Who Bangin'. You were supposed to bring out the Black Republican then under Who Bangin'. Mm-hmm. 1998 passed. 1999 passed. 2000 passed. 2001, you guys released Uncut.
Right.
And it came out of nowhere. Like I was literally in the store and flipping through CDs. I'm a big hip hop junkie, so and I see her and go, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? And when I see you with the Charlie shirt on and all this shit, I was like, "When the fuck did this shit come out?" You know what I mean? And I bought it. I loved it. But what was the transformation from being signed on Priority? Was it One Note Productions? Was that the management, or was that what Mac 10 shit? But how did that go from there and to go into doing that independently?
Well, what it was is we talking about two different time frames, time periods. The Black Republican album was gonna come out through Hubang. Another thing, I never had even started on that album. That was just, we had the artwork before we had anything, and I was gonna start working on it. But that would have been up under 1-0 Productions, up under Hubang Records. I mean, not 1-0 Productions. It would have been up under Hubang Records in general. The 1-0 Productions was the only thing that was dealing with 1-0 Productions was All From the Eye at that time. Was down with 1-0 Productions, which was through Priority Records. So that's what we was dealing with on that. Uncut, the record Uncut we put out, I had started with my boy Drew. My boy Drew. He I don't know what Drew doing now, but anyway, we started D-Down Records, and we put out Uncut, and we did it independently through Bayside up in Sacramento. And
yes,
man, yeah, we had our own distributor and everything. What's funny about that record is we put out Everybody with Badass, the first single. They started playing in Las Vegas, Sacramento, LA.
Yeah.
And I was at the time, we had some capital, you know what I'm saying? But the capital to keep the momentum going was just not there for that particular project. I was just like, oh man. But they were starting to catch fire. It was starting to catch on, man. But we was man, it reminds you really of somebody selling drugs, because we would get copies of them made up, and especially the Mexican homies that was dealing with these swap meets. They was like, they'd buy 500 of them. They call back an hours later, Bink, we need 500 more. We need 500 more. We need 500 more. It was like it was selling independently. And I'm like, man, because people they wasn't downloading it. You know what I'm saying? It was still going to the swap meets. So, yeah, that record, and people would say today Uncut is better than the first album. I've heard that. I don't know if I agree. It's up to the fans, you know what I'm saying? But they say Uncut. A lot of people disagree with that too, but I'm saying there's a lot of people out there that Uncut fans. They like that album better.
I could see that. I could kind of see that, but as they say, they both stand out in their own right. Of course, the first one, because it's it's more marketed, and it's pressed better, properly. And when you do it independently, but see, that's the thing. A lot of motherfuckers love that underground shit so fucking much, man. And a lot of artists' underground shit matches up better or equally to their higher budget produced albums. So I could see people having that argument about it. It's a dope. It's a dope album.
Yeah. Hey, telling you, man. Them was the days. Yeah.
And what I wanted to ask you though was once Mack 10 he came out with the Paper Chasing album. Once he did the deal with Cash Money Records, I haven't heard no songs with you guys since then. Really, the only like besides Ice Cube, Dub C, only other Westside Connection member that I seen him put out like do songs with was K-Mac or the Comrades. What happened with the absence? Was there just like you guys wouldn't just do your own thing? Or was there like a little disagreement on the business tip, or because it just like out of nowhere, you guys went your separate ways?
Well, first of all, Priority Records had went through a transition in where they was kind of getting rid of some labels at that time, and Hubang happened to be one of them at that time that they was getting rid of. Of course, with Hubang Records, you had artists like Technique, you had Boo Capone. That I felt like, no disrespect to artists like MC8 and CJ Mack and them, but them was my guys too. Now, I would have done it a little bit differently as far as putting those albums out, but I would have put those guys out too. I would have put your CJ Macks and your MC8s out too, but I definitely would have put those new artists out at that time. Boo Capone and Technique, you know what I'm saying? They was already, I think that they was getting that name and everything, and that would have been a good look for Hubang. So it didn't really happen that way. And for whatever reason, Priority Records felt like in the transitioning, they wasn't going to keep a few record labels, and Hubang was one of them. So that's when Mac went ahead and started doing he ended up connecting up with Lil Wayne and them already because he had a relationship with them already. So he went that direction. And as far as with us, and it was kind of like it was me and Mac is cool. Me and Mac always gonna be cool. No problems with Mac. I don't have any. Him and Squeak did have some disagreements, you know.
Right.
And so then he really wasn't really working with Squeak. Squeak wasn't really working with him. You know what I mean? So it was one of them things. And I've always, like me and Squeak always talk about, I don't need, for anything I do in life, I don't need no man to help me do nothing, no matter who it is. Meaning that I can always feel like I can stand on my own doing whatever I want to do. Period. You know,
right.
I don't need to have to bank on the artist. So that's why I was encouraging Squeak at the time, like, because you still got a name. People still love Squeak Rue. Drop your stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or do what you can do whatever you want. You can do movies. You can do records on your own, make a name and grind and be just as huge. It's simple. It's that simple. That's how I felt. You know what I mean? But yeah, but Mac, one thing I had talked to Mac about at that time too, during that process was, man, we can't just let hoop banging fall, kind of keep it going. And I was getting ready to try to work with Mac on keeping the hoop banging thing going, and then eventually because I felt like he wasn't really, even to this day, he wasn't really still behind hoop banging like that no more. That's how I kind of felt. So I don't think I could have did nothing extra to help it if he wasn't behind it. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. Then everybody kind of went in their own directions. And then on a few occasions they were supposed to connect back up and work together, and I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, I don't even, that's behind.
Right. Because I remember on that Uncut album, my thing was to always to open the inner lines and read the credits and read the shout-outs. And that's probably what Squeak Rue said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it out.
Yeah.
This is old shit, but y'all motherfuckers, if you got the album and you haven't looked at the credits, go and look at it. You'll see Squeak Rue's line on the Mac 10. So that's when I got out of the idea, like, okay, something's up, but, and it was really put out. We all grew up
together. You know what I'm saying? But Squeak and Mac were right around the same age bracket. So they went to school together, everything. So yeah, we all been knowing each other for years. You know what I mean? So it just it was the period that we was down together and doing stuff. It was a great moment. It was dope. Things just happened. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And
then with me,
the thing was when Cube, Mac, and Dub went and did the second Westside Connection album, which I thought was good. I don't put it to be a great album. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? I was disappointed. I was kind of disappointed when I first bought it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because I was expecting that sound that I was telling you earlier about, that Westside Connection sound. When I think about your sound, and the thing was missing was everybody, Comrade, the Allfrumtha, the KDs. It should have been at least one track on there with everybody on it. I just think that the record, that album particularly, I know it so well. You got the big hit single with Nate Dogg and shit, but to me, I was disappointed. And I think that's where they fucked up. And I think this is what Cube and Mac fucked up. I don't think Dub probably like whatever. But when I think about the Dub SC, I think that's where they fucked up, because they fucked up not putting the ingredients that got that sound and had that core fan base. And that core fan base is still here today, and they want it, but I don't know. I just was so disappointed with the album. What was your thought when you first heard that whole album?
Man, you want to be honest with me? To be honest with you, I heard the whole album for the first time in the gym probably about a year ago.
A year ago.
I'm talking about as a whole, like to sit down and just listen to the whole record. Because my mind was somewhere else, man. My mind was going somewhere else. I wasn't into the whole, just everything. And then I was at a point where I hadn't worked with Nas. I hadn't worked with Jay-Z. I hadn't worked with certain artists on the East that I wanted to work with. And I felt like I wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? I never got a chance to work with Tupac. Met with him on several occasions, about 3 times. But I never got to sit down in the studio with him and work. But I wanted to do some stuff outside of the inner circle at that point. And my first son was coming into this world too. I just had my first son, Just Beats. So, man, when I tell you my mind went I remember being at the studio one day, and I was talking to Mac, and I was like, I'm done with everything. Out the blue, I was just basically like, and Mac was like, you know, and I was really, I don't know, man. I was just going through something. When my son came, I just felt like I wanted to spend time with family at that point. And it was just something you go through, and if you phases you go through, whatever the case was. But that's what I went through, and I didn't care nothing about no music, and I still today don't feel like, I feel more comfortable making something out of nothing than to ride any type of situation. You know what I mean? Like to watch the whole, my son and them, Just Beats and them, they whole little thing that's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. And to watch it get ready to happen, it's wonderful. I mean, and I'm talking about star MCs, like Hundo is a star, Noah Bentley is another artist on there, the star MCs. And the world is going to hear it in a minute. But now, so that is what I get excited about right now. Not the fact that even if I was to, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be excited if I went and worked on something maybe with Jay-Z, Kanye or something, because those are top artists still to me today. As far as what we got out of the bunch that we got, Rick Ross, I mean, I like those artists because that's what we have right now, and those are the top tier to me. But that would be exciting. But to see something fresh and new, that right there would blow my mind right now. To be able to go, people be like, "Man, why you didn't go to?" You know, even some of the artists today, they'd be like inviting me to the house, whatever parties they having and stuff like that. And I just sometimes I don't be having a desire to go. But to sit front row in a concert that my son grinded on, that'll bring excitement to me, and that's gonna happen. And then the world will see that, and that'll be the reinvention of something that we're working on, you know, and that's really their thing. It ain't even mine. It's their thing. But I assist. So so back then when everything was happening the way it was happening, I was already in my state of mind where I want to do something else in a way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So what did you think of the album? How do you rate that album? Because I talked to a lot of fans of the album. I remember they were so many motherfuckers would be like, "Man, that shit was sorry." And I heard a lot of people.
What it was this is the problem. People was trying to when you listen to something with great you want a great expectation of what previous work took place, which was that first Westside Connection album. They were looking at it from that standpoint. So that's a difficult thing to do. That's almost like on the level, like that's like Thriller, and then here come Bad. I was upset when I heard Bad. I ain't lying. I heard Bad. I was like, oh, Mike, you know, he's looking different. He got these buckles on. His hair is longer and all this. I'm like, what is he doing? That's how I felt at the time. But when I listened to the Westside Connection second album for the first time about a year ago, honestly, as a full song, you know what? I may have heard it before in full form. I just don't remember because the songs was fresh to me. Like, so many niggas in love on the radio. I was like, that was dope to me. With tunes,
There's a few songs I do like on there. I'm not going to front.
Yeah,
it's not a total.
Yeah.
It's not a whack ass like the wackest album. I would say if it was a source rating, I'd give it 3.5 at the most. But
I can see that.
But for them to come out this wait too long to do it and then not have some of the ingredients, because they had nobody from the Westside Connection on that album. I think K-Mac was the only guy on it.
I like
no KD, no nothing. And
did they put Make It Rain on that album? They didn't put that on there, huh? I can't remember.
I gotta check.
Let It Rain. I think it was Let It Rain, Make It Rain. But that was that day at the studio. DJ Crazy Tunes, rest in peace. He did that beat, and I had brought Dang Funk to the studio. I had brought Dang Funk with me to the studio today, and he played some keys on that song. And that song came out. That song swang. Make it rain, let it bang. That was dope. That was banging.
I think that's on there. I gotta check.
That was banging. It was for the sound. It was for the. It was for a movie. It was for a movie too. I forget what movie it was for, but yeah, that was I don't know if they put that on that record or whatnot, but yeah, I liked the record. The record was cool. It was different. You know, it was different, man, and it was a different time at that time, and that was an album that was all the way on Who Bangin' Records too. That was Mac's record on his album. I mean, on his label. So it was a good record. I thought it was good. Like you said, 3.5 mics was a perfect. I think that was a good thing for it. But
Yeah.
You know, I like the stuff the Tunes did on it. Yeah. Yeah.
I like
Tunes
the first song, the opening song on it is dope. I mean, there's good stuff on it. I'm just saying, though. And like I said, I wasn't, you know, I thought I was bugging, but then when I started asking a lot of people, you know,
yeah.
you know
what I'm going to
do? They were not happy.
You know what I'm going to do? This is real. I'm going to be in the gym in the morning. I'm going to listen to that record again. I'm going to listen to it again now that we talked about it and discussed it. I'm going to take a listen to it because I still...
And let me know what you think about it again when you listen to the whole thing again.
Yeah, I'll check it out again and listen to it. But,
I think I should do the fucking same thing as well.
Yeah, take a listen to it because I thought it was a good album. I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, it's different when you switch up all the way. But I don't think Butter worked on that album. I don't believe, right? I don't think so. I can't remember.
I don't think so.
Yeah, see. And then we went right into War. Like, we did the Westside Connection album, and then we went into Butter, did some beats on that War album. I did some beats on that War album. And there was some dope beats on that record, you know what I mean? But that's an element of people who love the Westside Connection album. Go listen to that Q War album. I'm telling you, that's like an extension of it.
No, motherfuckers are sleeping on that one, not giving it the credit it deserves.
Man, War album was dope,
1 and 2.
Yeah. The other one was dope too. The other one was dope. He put that one out second, but that War album, I was just like, Ghetto. I think Butter did some nice stuff on there, but Ghetto Vet and I can't think of the name of some of them. But then I did the Cash Over Ass.
One of the first songs that asked me for Cash. What is it? Is one of Mac 10 asked for Cash? Cash Over Ass each and every day. But Cash Over Ass, that's right.
Yeah, that one I did on there. Yeah, so that was I did a couple songs on there, but that one was it's a dope record too. Yeah, that was a dope record. Man, I still like some of the other work I did too, like with the Comrades. I worked on the Comrade albums, 2 of them.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the Comrades right now.
Yeah, the Comrades, man, is
the Comrades, like they also put out a second album which didn't live up to the first one. And that's when Mac 10 was doing the Who Bang, and that's when I think that was 2000 or some shit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. As a fan standpoint, what do you rank the first Comrades album? Because I think that album right now it's just like your album. The first album, the album, those two are loved albums, but it never hit the market as sellable like it should have. You know what I mean? And those things are running out of print. Like, they're real rare, and people want to buy them, and people are chunking up a good amount of change to get them. Where will you rank the Comrades album? Because when you talk about West Coast albums after the Pac and Death Row era, because, you know, everybody started looking at West Coast differently. Where would you rank it? Because I think it's such an underrated album.
Man, up there. The first album was definitely banging. I think I worked on the second one, too. I did a song with them and Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs. I think that was the second album.
Yeah.
But, and I liked some stuff that I was hearing on that record, too, man. It's just that, you know, that, like I said, that backing behind it or whatever it was transitioning. A lot of times, man, records get caught up in transitioning, which will piss you off because you got some great work on there. And next thing you know, the label's they're going under or whatever the case is, and whatever the case. But I think they were on Scotty Brothers. They were signed to Scotty Brothers, so they wasn't even over priority with us. But
but like I said, was on Scotty Brothers, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know where the second one was. I don't know if the second one was there, but yeah, the first one was definitely. I rate that one, man. That's let's go by mics. I get that one. I give it the first one.
I give it 4 mics as well. That's what I would give it.
Yeah, 4 mics.
I would give it 4 exactly.
I have to hit. I can't rate the second one because I can't remember it as a whole album. So I gotta have to listen to it again. The second one.
My opinion, you know, I love you. I love the Comrades with K-Mac, Gangsta. I give that with 3 mics, man. I just felt like it was rushed. Like I said, the Who Banging time, I just didn't think it worked out for Mac 10. I think they were rushing a bunch of shit and just because they were putting up a lot of ads and the albums weren't coming out, so I think it was rush time. Just put what the fuck ever and just put it in the package and sell it. Yeah, but that's what I would do.
I think that's how people look at our third album. But you know what? I'm gonna go back and listen to that too because I want to hear that before I upload it. Because I got the CD of that, and we're gonna put that out digitally. That's coming next. That's gonna come next, and I mean, after I've dropped this other stuff, but I'm gonna add a couple of songs of that one, man. But that Larger Than Life album, I think people kind of felt that way too. People felt like, man, they wasn't, you know, because it wasn't so gangster, I guess, as it was gangster, but it wasn't your usual.
I loved that album because it was something different, and
yeah.
You know, that time, it came out in 2005. You talk about a time now that the hip-hop really changed after from the time when you released Uncut, which is in 2001.
You know you're
got 50 Cent now that came in the era, and it's a whole different era. You got Lil Wayne now tearing shit up, you know, early Lil Wayne. The music was definitely changing. Young Jeezy and...
It was changing, and that's what you get called in that whirlwind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that album, I felt like that Living Large album was swept under, and which was a shame because it's a good ass album. If I have to go back and listen to it as well, the whole thing as a whole. But that's why I say 3.5. I might if I listen to it again, you know, it depends what mood I'm in. And you go to 4.
Yeah.
But I felt that's an overlooked album, and people need to go check it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and this album, and a lot of people ain't heard. And then the totally slept on album was the Theme from the Black Hole, the EP.
Yeah. I played Threesome earlier. I love that shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, sometimes, you know what, fans don't like for you to get creative. That's why I'm going and doing all these instrumental albums and stuff like that, where I can be creative. I want to work with an orchestra now. I want to work with some, definitely with some live bands on some new stuff. Just get in there and get creative. And fans don't like you when they used to you being one way. They don't really want you to change. That's why they like what JC said. You like the old record, go buy the old album. You know, because I'm doing something new. It's a new day and age. But definitely, if you like those old records, you got to go get them old records.
Oh yeah, I mean, you definitely right after the Uncut album, even during the Uncut album, you could tell that your producing style was totally going a different way. Like I said, the dub. When I think about the Dub C sound, it was the early '95s. You know, when you did the Substitute soundtrack all the way, you know, towards I think right after the 2000 year 2000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you went different sound, and you started doing different sounds. And then when you hooked up with Dyer, and you did that project, totally different beat sound. What were some of your peers, you know, people that fuck with you in the industry, you know, people you hold, you know, have a high respect for? What would they tell you when they hear you going a different route as far as beat sounds and shit?
I don't think really nobody never really talked to me about it. Only time somebody talked to me, we was in a Ladera shopping center, was Battle Cat when he saw me. He saw me, and that's when I wasn't doing nothing. I hadn't done nothing. I didn't want to do nothing. And he saw me, and he just sat and stared at me. And I'm thinking, why Battle's looking at me like that? He's looking at me with this look on his face. He got to look like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why you not doing why you not doing nothing? You ain't. And I was just like, man, I told him. I remember telling him that day in Ladera shopping center. I said, man, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and do some stuff. I just wasn't feeling it, you know what I'm saying, at the time. But I mean, that was the only time. But as far as somebody critiquing some of the music and stuff that I worked on, there's not. Nobody's never really. You know what? People always seem like, especially when I'm getting into the studio with an artist, they always hype and they always feeling it. And I go by that. I go by the moment. You know what I mean? So that's basically it.
Like I say, man, I mean, I love the fact that you weren't scared to go and fuck a different route, to go as far as experiment with sounds. I think it's always good. And so I think it's important if you want some credibility or some stability in this game is to dab into some other shit. I'm not saying go all the way. It's go fuck with Britney Spears music and shit. Nah. I'm not saying go do that, but you know, definitely dab into some other shit because you don't know, man. There's always diamonds in the rough. Motherfuckers be sleeping on, man. And
you talking about? You said
Daz, right?
Daz
is very overlooked, and you're one of the most dopest producers. You're always in my fucking top 10. Even top 5, I haven't done that yet, but I have to do. But you're definitely in my top 10 producers, man.
That's good.
And that's not
good.
a lie.
Top 10 is good. Top 10 is good.
Well, out of all the producers out today, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
No, that's
definitely.
cool. Oh yeah.
But, I mean, before I let you go, I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 5 producers in the rap game that you look up as the highest, the most. Like whose beats are you? Because you're a producer, you know who produces what, and you check for that.
Mm-hmm.
Who are 2 of your fucking 5 producers, man? Who are the beat makers? I know everyone's going to throw Dr. Dre, so I think he shouldn't even be in the equation. I want to subtract Dr. Dre from it and give me 5 different other producers.
Okay, yeah, I do that because I told him.
Go with Dr. Dre.
I sat and talked with him. We was talking, and I told him, I was like, and not even from a fan standpoint, we was having drinks at the time, and I'm talking to him. We was listening to the 2001 album at the listening party, and I told him, I was like, man, you like the top dude? I mean, because his sound, the sonic sound that he has, he's number one. So yeah, we don't have to include him, and we won't include Quincy Jones, even though Quincy Jones, he did bebop, hip hop, and all that anyway. But I'm not gonna include Quincy either. So I'm gonna go with definitely DJ Quick. DJ Quick is one of my is in my top 5, man. DJ Quick, Just Blaze. Just Blaze is in my top 5. Just Blaze is in my top 5. It's getting hard now. I'm gonna go with in my top 5, right? I gotta go with what's my man's name, man? He does the instrumental records for the most part. He's kind of new. Flying Lotus, man. Flying Lotus. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with Flying Lotus. I'm on him. Like Russell Simmons said about Denver one time, I'm on his nuts. Like I love Flying Lotus, man. The stuff that he does. So he's in my top 5. Somebody who does beats, I'm not gonna include him in my top 5. He's in the top. I just want to mention it so I don't forget it. Is Pharoah Monch, man, on the beats. Pharoah Monch was dope on beats.
And people on him as a producer.
As a producer,
for
man,
sure.
Pharoah was dope, but he's like one of my top 10 rappers. So I don't know, he's a creative dude, but yeah. So I got Flying Lotus, I got DJ Quick, I got Just Blaze, and then I want to name 2 more. I like Battle Cat. I love Battle Cat. I love Battle.
Yes.
I like when Battle can get that grimy sound even on digital. Even on digital, he can make it sound like it's analog. So
hey,
Battle's my guy. I like Battle, and man, I'm not being biased. I have to answer this question again later, but I love Bobcat too. And that's my guy, Bobcat. So yeah. So until I can think of, because I never always think of my top 5 rap. So when it comes to top 5 producers, I got caught off guard.
Well, it's a hard thing to say. I just like to do it because I like to make people think and let them see how the reaction is. Because it's impossible.
That's a great.
To give your top 5, to give your top 10 is impossible.
Yeah, that's a great question. Hey, I love the question. Great question. Yeah, but I gotta say my top 5 rappers, man. I gotta say the top 5
producers, I think, is Eric Sermon. You don't get enough.
You're killing me. You're killing me. You're right.
He's in my top 5 for sure.
And Redman too. Redman was dope.
Yeah,
Redman was dope. Yeah, so that's a tough question, man. That's tough because there's so many. But and then another thing, I never really sat and thought about it. So now that you did that, I'm gonna sit because like my top 5 rappers is always gonna be Ice Cube, Tupac, LL Cool J, Scarface, and Jay-Z. Those are my top 5 right there, right? And I know those offhand. But now I'm gonna get my top 5 producers, so I have them solid. But I'm gonna tell you, like Just Blaze, I love Just Blaze, man. He is so dope.
I love Just Blaze, dude. I always been a fan of Just Blaze beats, man.
And I'm like, dude, are you in the studio every time with live drummers, or are you grabbing samples? Because if you're grabbing samples, the way you making it sound live is just amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too, man. But I'm gonna give you my top 5 real quick, and I want you to tell me what you think. Of course, Ice Cube is number 1. Number 2 is Cool G Rap, and number 3 is Scarface. And when I look at my number 1, 2, and 3, I look at them as a number 1. Period. I couldn't decide, but I call those guys, to me, the 3 kings. For me, so
that's
Cube,
legit.
Cool G Rap, Scarface, Redman, and E40. For me, you know what I mean? I think.
You know what? I'm not mad at that top 5. That's a great top 5. Hey,
you know what I mean?
People sleep on Cool G Rap, nigga. Cool G Rap, nigga. What? Cool G Rap is phenomenal. People don't, man, Cool G Rap was dope. There's now see, when people don't, New York go crazy if you don't. Rakim was phenomenal, man. And I'm putting Rakim in my top 10.
Rakim, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put him in my top 10. Your Eminems, I'm gonna probably put him in my top 10 or 15. I'm gonna put Pharoah Monch in there, definitely, and I'm gonna put Kanye West to me, man. Niggas get mad at Kanye if you eliminate everything he got going on in his personal
right now.
life.
MAGA had Kanye sucks to me.
Wait a minute, say that again.
MAGA had Kanye today sucks. Like Nori said at Drew Chance. He said,
but if you look at,
come on, we all know what he's done. He's no joke. It's not a fluke.
He's
but Kanye,
and that's on production, and that's on rap. And I'm telling you, I haven't even placed him yet because he's dope. And one thing I like about Kanye is that there's no filter, dude. People gotta respect somebody that says that. Even if you get out there, if I'm complaining about a line of cars, yeah. If I'm complaining about a line of cars I want to come out with, and I'm complaining about it, and I'm making a gripe about some stuff, and the next thing you know, the following year I come out with this line of cars after I was just saying nobody would give me a chance on having my own car dealership or whatever, my own set of cars. That's what he did with clothes, man. And I'm like, but regardless to that, songs like No More Parties in L.A., his verse, where he's just clowning on there, he's like freestyling. It's like, man, I'm like, this dude, man, I'm all over the place right now, but Mad Lib, I like Mad Lib.
That far,
I like Dame Funk too.
Liquid Crew.
Dame Funk too. Yeah, Dame Funk, but I love Mad Lib is, man, when you listen to that, I don't have to have no words.
Fire.
That nigga, he'll do a beat, and it'll go to a news broadcast type thing, and then the beat will switch up for a hot second, and then it'll start rewinding, and then the bass will go deep. Man, he is Mad Lib is dope, and I hate the fact that I'm late on him. I'm late on Mad Lib. Like I'm late on him. I heard about him back in the day, but I didn't give him a listen. I gave him a listen, and I got hooked. Yeah.
Yeah. If you like Freddie Gibbs, and right now with them two, when they get together, they fucking tear it up. Man.
I like both albums. I like them albums. Yeah, I like them together. I think they only had 2. I'm not all the way in their catalog, but the 2 that I know of that I like. Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's the direction. That's kind of the direction I'm musically with some of these instrumentals. I'm gonna get into this musical thing with these instrumental albums, and I'm not gonna call no more albums instrumental, but I'm gonna call the Burgundy album instrumental. But I'm gonna get into the zone and get to just doing them and putting them out there for people, pieces of music, man, and then eventually getting some vinyl and getting some stuff like that, maybe some CDs printed up, and just having fun with music as opposed to worrying about who likes what and who's this and who's that.
Who's gonna buy? Who's gonna play at a club?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's where the lost and today's youth. I just think they got the music feeling all fucked up and wrong. Like it's different from when we heard music. The other day I was with my daughter. We were doing a quick job, and I was listening to an Onyx song that I always love. It's called Hustle Hard. And to this day, when I listen to it, and I shit you not, because I was rhyming the freeway, I'm rhyming the songs, my hair stood up on my fucking arm because I felt the energy. And I told my daughter, look, and she looked at it, and she was like, whoa, all my fucking hairs on my arm were stiff. I shit you not. I mean, it's like, I don't think that youth gets that feeling like that, though. I don't buy it. I just... Yeah. I don't know.
When you get
it's more blind love taste for it. I don't know, but... Yeah,
that music... that's because everybody's trying to do something so quick. And I was looking at a video. I was looking at there was some visuals on Rich the Kid and the performances. Now, people they kind of put these artists down and stuff like that, but I'm looking at this dude travel Europe doing some music stuff, man, and I'm looking at the crowds, man, and I'm looking at the reaction from all these people in the crowds as he's crossing Europe, Germany, all these different places, and I'm like, dude, these dudes got we might talk about, and this ain't the States. We're not talking about the States. We're talking about overseas. I'm like, man, when I tell you, people in Germany, people in Switzerland, people in Australia, people was going ballistics in the crowds, and the crowds was massive for this dude, Rich the Kid, who probably in the States they're not even recognized like that. I'm like, man. So, I mean, shout out to the young dudes that's doing anything, man. It's just not our era. You know what I mean? We don't really. That's not our type of music, and people used to get probably mad at us when we dropped the Westside Connection album. Imagine some of the older parents and stuff, some of them, you know what I mean, grandmothers or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I just think the difference between that, though, is there may have been some shit said, behind it, but you never heard of the time when everybody was doing this shit in the 90s saying, disrespecting the older heads, saying stupid shit like what the Migos say,
that's true.
And what
Very
a lot of artists say. You never heard Snoop say, well, I'm the new Rakim, fuck him, or you hear motherfuckers go at Chuck D.
That's true.
I mean, no.
That's true.
Our era, no matter how much it's like my uncle, telling me, and I'm not trying to hear it shit. But we respect
like you want to punch
elders. And today, these guys have no respect on the craft. They did not create.
Right.
On subject
that's why
matter,
I don't have no respect
on
for
concept matter, gangs, all that shit. You didn't create that shit. The generation you listen are the ones that created it. Respect the building, respect the temple.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's why I don't care nothing about no Kodak Black, man, and he's very disrespectful, especially when you talk about women. You know what I'm saying? You get to talking about women. I ain't got no respect for no Kodak Black. He's a clown, and hopefully he'll change, though, because he is young and he's stupid. So hopefully he does change.
I don't think he's going to change. He's goofy.
Yeah, some of the other artists that may do the same stuff.
Him in the face
hopefully they change. Yeah. But they not, and I don't know. But yeah, everything is. It's all good. We got some great music for the people.
We do. There's a lot of new artists that I like, like Kanye, Westside Gun. I'm still a big fan of Kendrick. I always look forward to Kendrick's music, and now he's not even considered a new guy. You can't even look at him as a new guy now. He in that now rap veteran category because time is flying. People are not realizing that shit, that he's up in that echelon when you're talking about now veteran legendary status. He's there. I fuck with Kendrick so much, like.
Kendrick's dope.
That's what you guys, man. It ain't that we don't like you guys because you're young and doing the music. Nah, fuck no. It's just we just want to hear some dope shit. We want to hear some youngsters get busy once in a while. Do this shit, but get busy, man. Don't they do these silly freestyles they got on XXL looking goofy, man? That's just my view, you know what I mean? But I know
yeah. But like some people like artists like your J. Cole. I haven't gotten all the way into J. Cole like that. Yeah, I've heard it. I listened to his album.
He's okay. I like him.
And I'm just like,
I like him.
Yeah, I haven't all the way. I see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm gonna tell you who I like, man. And as a new artist is man. It was funny. We was downtown. I was with my son Justin, and Justin saw him. And he was like, oh, they go, man, I can't think of the artist's name. He's from the Bay Area. Wheezy? Woozy? What's his name? He's from the Bay. Man, if you ain't heard dude rap, man, and I've only heard his last record, so I got to go through his catalog and listen to it. But hey, man, I'm gonna tell you the artist's name so I don't get it messed up. I'm gonna ask Justin because I don't wanna. Hold on, I'm gonna ask him right now. Where's Justin? Hey, Justin, what's the artist's name from the Bay Area that we saw downtown? Mozzie. I don't know why I came up with a W in it. Mozzie. Oh,
Mozzie is dope as fuck. Yes, Mozzie.
Man.
Oh, I've been fucking with Mozzie for a minute now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Sack. Yeah. I'm a people Sack. He's dope.
Yeah, see, Mozzie. And we walking, we leaving, where was we at? YG's party. We leaving, me and Justin is leaving, and Justin was like, oh, there goes Mozzie. Right there, and I was like, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, I see the dude with the dread, whatever he got, but I didn't have no clue who he was. So then I'm on Tidal one day, and I pull up his last record he put out, and I was like, oh, this fool go, he's nice.
Oh, but his catalog is deep, dude. He got a lot of shit, and it's dope.
But my thing is like, he's not even known. I mean, like he ain't well known. That I never knew, nobody. Maybe you know what I mean. I don't know, but he's dope. He's definitely dope.
People are buying it, and people are fucking with it. I know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mozzie, man. Hopefully we can get him on one day. But I say, all you young dudes, man, be original. Don't disrespect the OGs. please. That's it, man. And,
exactly.
and give us some funky dope.
You don't disrespect nobody who paved the way for you. Nobody. Period.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
It's cats like you got to remember, like Jalil from Houdini. That's like my play brother. That me and Jalil are very close. And do you know they paved the way for Houdini? I done been on the tour bus with Run DMC, LL, Houdini, Public Enemy for the Fresh Fest tour. Like, dude, these dudes really, and I watched how they moved. They were very professional back then. They wasn't doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff. Man, these dudes, you got to remember back then, these dudes wasn't going to jail every week like these dudes is doing now. You know what I mean? So they was being an example.
You know, I said this shit last week on my show. Compared to when Ice Cube, Rakim, all of them came out when they was 18 or younger, came on the mic. Comparing to how everybody sounds today, all 18 or that. When you listen to Chuck D, when he was young, at that age, rapping, he sounds like a man.
Yeah.
He sounds like a man. Ice Cube, like I say, he looked scary when he first came out, but he sounded like a man. That raw sound when it came out of rappers at age 18. Today, you don't get that. Like, I cannot take a lot of these new artists because they sound, their voice is too whiny, and you could tell why it's whiny because they're not too heavily educated and they are so fucking blind. It's people got to wake up and see the bigger picture on when it comes to that. To me, but that's how I view it. These guys are lost in the sauce. You don't sound like a man. You sound like a little child or a little boy, and that bugs me out. That bugs me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy because they're gonna those rappers early Scarface sounds like a man. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Maybe some in the food, maybe some in the water. I don't know, man. Maybe the government, who make that noise?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Times have changed. But
hey, man, I want to say thank you, man. You know what I mean? Doing this shit, man. I could talk to you for a long time. You know what I mean? We're just going. But, hey, man, I'm going to say thank you, man. I really appreciate this shit.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
We could do this shit. We could do this like every other month or so. Just do it like a hip-hop discussion day or some shit.
Yeah, what we're going to do, too.
Talk about.
I'm going to come back on here. We're going to drop this, whichever this next project going to be with All From The Eye. And it's really, Squeak is kind of going to be the forefront. Because everybody knows I'm not really doing no performances. I am not really doing no interviews. I ain't doing no rapping. I'm just kind of being on the creative end and just whatever comes up in my mind to do, I'm doing it these days. So that's what I'm doing. But if I feel like rapping, like I said, I'm going to probably rap on this project with Die Lansky. That's on my mind. But the All From The Eye next project, which is going to be very, very soon, we're going to come back with Squeak and do an interview with Squeak too.
Shout out to Squeak Rule, man. We had him on like a few months back. I think before the year ended. But shout out to Squeak. Yeah, like I said, man, this is one of your homies, man. Whatever you got cooking, new single, nothing, let me know. We'll get that motherfucker playing, you know what I mean?
I need to get Hundo. I need to get Hundo on here, man. He's new. He's from the Valley area. He's Spitfire. I mean, he's fun. I mean, lyrical wordplay is.
One thing I do interview artists that are new. You know what I mean?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have them send you his record. You're gonna get their record, and then you'll interview Hundo and let you know what's going through his mind frame. Very level-headed, respectful, understands the game, dude, and he's gonna go a long way because he's, to me, lyrical wise, he's on that same field as like, honestly, like Drake. Like he's up there. Like his wordplay is amazing.
Drake is a dope rapper. Drake can rap. That's the
thing. Then the other artists look. The other artists,
but that fucker can rap. I don't care what anyone says. Drake can fucking rap, and you could tell he learned from the fucking. He got the blueprint right when it comes to the sound and the way you're supposed to sound like a rapper. It's the music choices that may be questionable, but
but it is. And let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you, it's another artist they got now. Hundo, don't get me wrong, Hundo's dope. He just put a project out. They got another artist too named Noah Bentley. Now Noah Bentley is different. He reminds me of a Slash, like a. He's just different. He's gonna be. He's. And let me tell you something. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. I'm telling you that right now. Listen, he's not a studio whore. He's not in the studio all the time. But when he comes in the studio, he makes magic. It's crazy. He's dope. And go Google. I mean, go to whatever Apple, whatever, and put in Noah Bentley and listen to some of his stuff.
I'm going to down now that you mentioned to me. He's on my radar now.
He's dope. And I gotta get. And when he comes out with something, we'll get him on too. But we're gonna get Hundo, because he just dropped this record last night.
Yeah.
And we all excited about it. And they got a whole nother generation, man, and they all loving the record, man. It's a dope record, man. So, and it's a mixtape. It's called This Is Not the Album. So his new album is phenomenal too. I heard the whole new album that he ain't even put out yet.
I love the title.
I want to get them out. Yeah, This Is Not the Album.
I love it.
Yeah, This Is Not the Album. But so we're gonna get him on. We're gonna get him on like ASAP. So I'm gonna have to
like I said, man, you family. Like I say, homie. Like I say, like I said, even before I met you, I always held you in high regards.
Good looking.
When I met you, I had kept you even the same, even a little bit higher in high regards. You know what I mean? Your family. You know what I mean? And like I say genuinely, you're one of my top 10 producers. I gotta rethink everybody, but I know you're in the top 10 regardless. Like, there's not a question about that.
That's good looking out. I gotta step my game up now. I gotta step my game up even more now.
Hey, maybe that's the plan.
Man,
give me some funky shit to
more.
listen to, damn it, everybody.
Man,
God,
but my
damn it,
son,
you think I'm
but
gonna keep listening to the old shit every time? Come on, man.
Yeah, but
I don't want to die. Yeah, you know what I mean? I want to experience this shit.
I always play around. I say Just Beats, though, on his music, remember, he's 19. I came out a little later. But, dude, he's like, man, when I first started, he's starting out. He's been in the game doing it for a second now, but, his production is way out there, man. He run, honestly, and I hate to, he runs circles around me right now. He runs circles around me right now. On the style and stuff that he's doing.
You keep getting.
Man, he's dope. He's dope on the beats. So they're gonna get to hear it in a minute. They're gonna be running to them beats in a minute like crazy, because he's consistent. He's working hard. And the thing about it is, you don't hear them talking like they man, I gotta do this because I gotta pay some bills or do something. They're not thinking about no bills. Of course, they got a household over his head and everything, but he's not talking about none of that. They're doing it all for fun. And when you do it like
for
that,
the right reasons.
They doing it for the love. Hey, it comes out. You hear it.
I love it.
Yeah. So Noah Bentley,
I do this
Just
shit
Beats.
for love.
Noah Bentley, Just Beats, Hundo. They got Eric on the keyboards, man. They got a whole crew, man. They dope. They dope. Pop up. Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody who does it. Like I say, I do this radio show. I don't make nothing off the show. I lose money every month doing this show. I don't do it to get fame, to get credit, to get the multi-followers. I'm not saying that. If there's some money opportunities, I'm not going to say no, you know.
Of course.
So I'm not doing it for that, because you got a lot of YouTube bloggers, a lot of people on the internet, they claim to be journalists, and they all do it for the wrong reasons. And they got such a following.
Yeah.
I don't do that shit. I do this shit because I love this fucking music. This music is my life. You understand? Like, soundtracks to everything I've done.
Yeah.
Somewhere or another, the music was involved. I do this shit for that. I do it for thing, and I want to shout out everybody else who does the same shit like I do. You know what I mean? Get your money, but do it for the right reasons, because we're losing a battle with a lot of, we're so saturated and so many phony fish in the pond just to get clicks and chasing it for the wrong reason, to get that quick buck, because then after it fails, they don't care less. They made the money, they don't have to else. Fuck them.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Well, man, we're gonna connect up. We're gonna hook up. I'm about to go to Malibu, man, and get me some food before they close, man. I can't believe they close like at 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna go out there and have me some drinks and get me some food out in Malibu over this water, man, and enjoy the rest of this night. Beautiful night out, man. I'm gonna go enjoy it.
Yes, sir. Hey, but like I said, man, thank you. You got my number. You could call me, text me anytime. before I let you go, man, I need to get a Binky Mack drop for you on Die4 Radio. I need a drop throughout the because I got so many that blend in, man. I need that.
Yeah. Look, let me do this drop. Look, I'm on the radio right now with my guy Mad 4 on Die4 Radio. They family. Period. Boom.
That works. I love it. Hey, well, once again, hey, man, have a blessed one. Be safe going to Malibu, you know what I'm saying? Man, I wish I could get, probably the breeze is probably kicking in right now over there. Get some good food, enjoy. Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. Nice. View and weather-wise.
Oh, yeah, I'm going over there right now. I need to have me a cocktail and something nice to eat, man. But we'll hook up. We'll hook up, man.
Yeah, get every artist you're working with. And Boo Capone, Boo Capone. I don't know how many Boo Capone Facebook accounts he has because I've been looking at my DMs and my messengers. I don't know if it's a spam Boo Capone or what. Like, I don't even check it, but shout out to Boo Capone.
Yeah, I'll put you in contact with Boo. Let me say something about Boo real quick, man. I'm proud of Boo because Boo has taken this comedy, his stand-up comedy, and he just did a movie called Third Shift. So Boo, his whole comedy thing has just left. I mean, and to be a dope rapper that he is, to me, now Boo would be one of my top 10 rappers too, man. Boo's dope, man, but Boo is in a full-time comedy right now. Phenomenal. And he's doing a great job. You got to go see the stand-up. Oh, man, he's crazy. And he's also done something with the Russell Simmons, the deaf comedy thing where they're doing in a classroom where they're all bagging on each other. And that's on, I don't know what channel that's on or what cable, whatever, but it's doing good. It's doing hella good. So shout out to Boo Capone, and we're gonna get him on. We're gonna get him on the show too. Get him on there and talk about some of his comedy stuff and some of the hip hop stuff.
He got too many accounts. He got like 5 or 6 of them on Facebook. I don't know which one is the real. Boo,
I'll put him in contact with you. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Yep.
All right, brother, man. I'm gonna play these new songs, before the show ends. I want to say, thank you once again and stay blessed, man. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. You're safe and you're healthy and you got your loved ones and they're taken care of. That's more important than the music, man. And that's what I want for you. And just stay up, man. Just get back to me, man. Get back to me, man.
I'll get back to you, man. God bless you, young. God bless you, young. All right, I'll talk to you.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, sir. All right.
There's folks. Binky Mack. Up in the eye. BBE. Yeah, man. Let's get into this track, Mystique. I mean, it's Die4 Real.